Knowing is not enough, we must apply. Willing is not enough, we must do. Behavior is the mirror in which everyone shows their image. Correction does much, but encouragement does more. There are only two lasting bequests we can hope to give our children. One of these is roots, the other, wings. The way you see people is the way you treat them, and the way you treat them is what they become. Dream no small dreams, for they have no power to move the hearts of men. As soon as you trust yourself, you will know how to live. The decline of literature indicates the decline of a nation. Being brilliant is no great feat if you respect nothing. Music is either sacred or secular. The sacred agrees with its dignity, and here has its greatest effect on life, an effect that remains the same through all ages and epochs. Secular music should be cheerful throughout. It is not doing the thing we like to do, but liking the thing we have to do, that makes life blessed. Do not give in too much to feelings. An overly sensitive heart is an unhappy possession on this shaky earth. Every day we should hear at least one little song, read one good poem, see one exquisite picture, and, if possible, speak a few sensible words. Thinking is easy, acting is difficult, and to put one's thoughts into action is the most difficult thing in the world. Many people take no care of their money till they come nearly to the end of it, and others do just the same with their time. In nature we never see anything isolated, but everything in connection with something else which is before it, beside it, under it and over it. Beauty is a manifestation of secret natural laws, which otherwise would have been hidden from us forever. In the realm of ideas everything depends on enthusiasm. In the real world all rests on perseverance. The person born with a talent they are meant to use will find their greatest happiness in using it. All intelligent thoughts have already been thought, what is necessary is only to try to think them again. The Christian religion, though scattered and abroad, will in the end gather itself together at the foot of the cross. I do not know myself, and God forbid that I should. Plunge boldly into the thick of life, and seize it where you will, it is always interesting. Nature knows no pause in progress and development, and attaches her curse on all in action. The intelligent man finds almost everything ridiculous, the sensible man hardly anything. Destiny grants us our wishes, but in its own way, in order to give us something beyond our wishes. Devote each day to the object, then in time and every evening will find something done. This is the highest wisdom that I own. Freedom and life are earned by those alone who conquer them each day anew. He who possesses art and science has religion, he who does not possess them, needs religion. The artist alone sees spirits. But after he has told of their appearing to him, everybody sees them. Wood burns because it has the proper stuff in it, and a man becomes famous because he has the proper stuff in him. If you start to think of your physical and moral condition, you usually find that you are sick. It is the strange fate of man, that even in the greatest of evils the fear of the worst continues to haunt him. We don't get to know people when they come to us, we must go to them to find out what they are like. Death is a commingling of eternity with time. In the death of a good man, eternity is seen looking through time. Only by joy and sorrow does a person know anything about themselves and their destiny. They learn what to do and what to avoid. If you treat an individual as if he were what he ought to be and could be, he will become what he ought to be and could be. Daring ideas are like chessmen moved forward. They may be beaten, but they may start a winning game. Happiness is a ball after which we run wherever it rolls, and we push it with our feet when it stops. Science arose from poetry. When times change the two can meet again on a higher level as friends. A creation of importance can only be produced when its author isolates himself. It is a child of solitude. Hatred is something peculiar. You will always find it strongest and most violent where there is the lowest degree of culture. The most happy man is he who knows how to bring into relation the end and beginning of his life. No one would talk much in society if they knew how often they misunderstood others. Error is acceptable as long as we are young, but one must not drag it along into old age. I never knew a more presumptuous person than myself. The fact that I say that shows that what I say is true. There is nothing in the world more shameful than establishing one's self on lies and fables. We usually lose today, because there has been a yesterday, and tomorrow is coming. Piety is not a goal but a means to attain through the purest peace of mind the highest culture. If a man or woman is born 10 years sooner or later, their whole aspect and performance shall be different. The biggest problem with every art is by the use of appearance to create a loftier reality. Who is the most sensible person? The one who finds what is to their own advantage in all that happens to them. A flippant, frivolous man may ridicule others, may controvert them, scorn them, but he who has any respect for himself seems to have renounced the right of thinking meanly of others. Who is the wisest man? He who neither knows or wishes for anything else than what happens. There is a courtesy of the heart, it is allied to love. From it springs the purest courtesy in the outward behavior. We cannot fashion our children after our desires, we must have them and love them as God has given them to us. If you must tell me your opinions, tell me what you believe in. I have plenty of doubts of my own. For a man to achieve all that is demanded of him he must regard himself as greater than he is. We are never further from what we wish than when we believe that we have what we wished for. That I be not as those are who spend the day in complaining of headache and the night in drinking the wine which gives the headache. We can't form our children on our own concepts, we must take them and love them as God gives them to us. The people who are absent are the ideal, those who are present seem to be quite commonplace. If a man writes a book, let him set down only what he knows. I have guesses enough of my own. To the person with a firm purpose all men and things are servants. Which quotation do you like the most? Don't forget to subscribe.